Hello, everybody. My name is Acrisius, and welcome to another discussion about Dragon Ball Super. I know it's been a long time since I've done a discussion. Probably, I think the last episode I did was when Kefla got defeated by Ultra Instinct Goku, which was a long time ago. I might have done the episode after that. I'm not sure. I've been super busy lately. I explained most of it in the Dokkan Battle video I uploaded a while ago. And though in that video I did say I wanted to start uploading weekly again, I got a little far behind because just starting up school again and getting adjusted to living in a new apartment, a lot of stuff just kept piling up and I'd never had time to record. But I finally do. Yay, I finished the paper I had due today, so that's cool. Um, but before I start talking about this episode of Dragon Ball Super, I'm going to open up the big can of worms, which is Dragon Ball Super will be well, I don't think it'll be ending, but it'll be going on hiatus soon. I believe next month. Well, tomorrow it'll be next month. It'll start going on hiatus at the very least. It might stop, but I really don't think it will because they've been far too successful to stop at this point. But when it does stop, I will probably start uploading more episodes of me gaming, probably featuring this beautiful little game that just came out, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Here's the shirt for everybody. But yeah, I will probably be streaming or uploading a few videos of me playing that game. Maybe some Fortnite, because me and a couple of my coworkers have been playing Fortnite lately. So we might do a video of us playing on squad mode, which we always seem to get stuck in third or second place, and it's infuriating. But I digress. You're here to listen to Dragon Ball Super. I believe the episode number is 125 or 126. I don't remember. I've been watching them every Saturday as they come out, and these last 3-4 episodes have been amazing. Like, just purely amazing. I can't, like, I want to wait so much for the English to come out, but I just can't stop. Like, that's why I'm glad it's going on hiatus, is because I can actually wait for the English to catch up. That way I can rewatch all of this again in English, which is going to be really awesome for me. I am sad that I haven't been able to show my reactions to the episodes as fresh as they have been. Like, I was loving when Dispo was running Frieza's face through the mountain. That was an awesome moment for me because I actually just got my wife into watching Dragon Ball Z, and we're currently in the middle of the Namek arc. So, yeah, watching Frieza get beat to pieces, really fun for us right now. My coworkers that I watch and talk about Dragon Ball Super with, they weren't quite as happy because for some reason they love Frieza. I don't know why, but they do. They're just big Frieza fans. I'm not the biggest fan. I think I mentioned in a previous video that I thought I might have been wrong and maybe Frieza was turning good, but I might have also said in that same video that nope, all bets of Frieza being good are also off. I believe I said something to that effect. But yeah, any bets of Frieza turning good again are off. Yeah, I did say that when he destroyed Kaba. Yeah, I remember saying that. But definitely, he's tried to sell out Universe 7 3 times at this point. Once to Cedra, once to Frost, which, yeah, he was double-crossed Frost, but I'm sure if Frost was a bit stronger, he would have sold out Universe 7 to them. And then once to Dispo. And leave it to the Pride Troopers to tell Frieza to stick it. And I swear, these 3 Pride Troopers, they are way too OP to be in this tournament, and I love it. Like, actually, I did not believe, like, these last 4 episodes until the one that just came out, that there was a way for Universe 7 to win. I really didn't. Jiren's too strong. He's tanking Goku and Vegeta. Even Vegeta with his new form, which I will admit looks really nice. And Goku going Kaioken times 20 with all his little Zenkai boosts, which will let him touch Jiren. Now, they're not doing anything, but that scene when Goku was planting mines inside the cracks in the rocks to hit Jiren, that just goes to show that Goku really, really is a battle genius. He might not be smart in other ways, but when it comes to battle, he is a genius. Too bad it didn't work. But when he did that Destructo Disc montage, which was an homage to when Krillin was fighting him before the tournament, that made me so happy because, as you all know, Krillin is my boy. And the fact that he used the Destructo Disc to almost knock Jiren out, I loved it. The fact that Jiren grabbed the Destructo Disc and threw it back at Goku and then destroyed another destructive disc. Did not love that so much. That is, I call hacks on that one. Um, but honestly, if I were Goku at that moment, I wouldn't have instant transmissioned away to save myself. At that moment, I would have thought, okay, rest of the team can handle Topo and Dispo. I would have Kamehameha'd Jiren down into the stands and went down with him just to be sure he was gone and just trusted the rest of the match to the team. During that section, that was my thought for how Universe 7 might win this. Sadly, that didn't happen. Goku instant transmission away. Jiren came back, and now we're watching both Vegeta and Goku kind of flail uselessly against the big, magnificent gray alien. Dispo is out, not sadly. I was gonna say sadly because Gohan sacrificed himself. It was a truly Gohan move to sacrifice himself to get out an enemy, which really his dad should have done. But even if his dad sacrificed himself to get out Jiren, and then he sacrificed himself to get out Dispo, that would have been 17 and Frieza on Topo, and maybe that wouldn't have been such a good idea. Yeah, we saw how that ended up, which is what this episode is about. Which it's actually thanks to Frieza that I think Universe 7 has a chance. I might be a little confused on that one because Frieza's currently a crumpled up little piece of flesh on a rock, but that's exactly why Universe 7 has a chance. This episode was full of so much awesomeness. Topo unleashing his God of Destruction power, which I see a lot of people saying, oh, well, this is how 17 and Frieza are going to beat Topo, because he did exactly what Goku did and exactly what Frieza did. Just jumped into a fight as soon as he got this form, and he's going to run out of energy, and they're going to beat him when he runs out of energy. I'm going to slow y'all's roll on that one. Topo's been training to be the God of Destruction for who knows how long at this point. Everyone knows he's next in line for being God of Destruction, and absolutely no one on Universe 7's or Universe 11's team was surprised when Topo went into his God of Destruction mode. I don't think this is a new form for him, guys. I think he's been in this form at least several times before and has trained in this form, probably against Jiren and Belmod. Belmod wasn't surprised or scared. Jiren was more intrigued than anything, not because this is a new form, but because, oh, Topo made up his mind. And it's something that Jiren said that made me think this isn't something completely new. He said, when Topo makes up his mind, nothing can get in his way, or something to that effect, which means he's gone to this state before. He's been pushed to this state before, and he's probably trained in this state before. So everybody hoping that he'll just run out of energy because he doesn't know how to control this state completely. I don't think that's the case. Now, he doesn't have full control over this, as Beerus pointed out. He needs time to charge up his Haki. It's not Haki. Haki is One Piece's thing. Haki? Destruction energy. He needs time between each blast. But sadly, he doesn't need any time to cover his entire body. That is the best shield ever. I was going to call it a hack, but at this point, Topo's like my favorite person from Universe 11, followed closely by Dispo. Jiren's cool and all, but these guys are just like epic. Like, Jiren's epic, but these guys have a bit more character to them. Not that I don't dislike Jiren. I really like Jiren. It's just I like Topo and Dispo more. Also, their names rhyme. Huh. Anyway, the fact that Topo can cover himself in that energy while shooting off those blasts means he has been in this form before. He's not just gonna fizzle out and lose energy, or at least not anytime soon. Now, we all know Vegeta's going to come in. If you watched the preview, Vegeta's going to come in, but it didn't look like Vegeta was doing too well, and everybody thinks the new title is going to give them hope, which is surpassing even the gods. Vegeta's I'm trying to do this from memory. I only watched the episode Saturday, so surpassing even the gods, Vegeta's sacrifice or something. He still looked like he was getting beat, but of course he could be getting beat before he destroys Topo. What I'm going to get into later is that little can of worms. But what I want to talk about is Topo's fight against 17 and Frieza. I was going to say Golden Frieza, but he doesn't stay golden for long. And his little reaction to Toppo's God of Destruction energy was my favorite thing ever. It's like, oh, I've seen this before. One hand should be enough. I said one hand should be enough, and then just completely gets wrecked. He seems to forget that Cedra only gave him a tiny bit of God of Destruction energy. He saw how strong Goku was, and he gave him just enough energy to overpower Goku and kill him. That way Universe 7 won't win, and they would resurrect Frieza if they won, which would have been a good plan if Whis and Beerus hadn't showed up. But Cedra only gave him just enough energy to destroy Toppo. He didn't give him a full blast. What Toppo sent towards Frieza was a full or mostly full blast of destruction energy. Frieza should have realized this. He's not an idiot, guys. He's cocky, but he's not an idiot. He's one of the smartest villains in the series, second only probably to Cell, which I still think would have been a much better person at this point than Frieza. Cell, he's cocky, but he's smart, and he knows that he's not the be-all, end-all. Frieza thinks he's the be-all, end-all, and he's cocky. He might be smart, but his cockiness overrides his brain sometimes. And that's why we get Frieza knocked almost completely, or almost instantly, out of golden form into final form, which him looking like that just made me happy. Again, I'm in the middle of the Namek arc. For y'all Frieza lovers out there, don't hate me. It's just his nature. Now 17, his shield cracking was super surprising. Nothing has managed to crack his shield at all during this tournament. Even when Toppo was trapped inside his shield with him, Toppo didn't crack his shield. He cracked 17 until he put his shield down. I didn't really think his shield would break. I haven't seen it break ever, I don't think. Again, I didn't watch all of the Android saga, so it might have broke during there. But yeah, I don't remember ever seeing Android 17's shield break. And so watching Toppo's attacks destroy that was very illuminating, to say the least, at how strong Toppo is. There is a small thing I noticed that might help 17, and I'm sure he's smart. Like, we all know he is the smartest person on the team, hands down, except for maybe Gohan, but Gohan's kind of up in the stands right now. I think it's him, Gohan, and Krillin. They're all the smartest, strategists on the team. Goku's surprisingly probably right below them or right up with them. But what I noticed is when 17 was about to get hit by that energy, Frieza threw a rock, like a kind of a big rock, like a small boulder, in between 17 and the energy, which the energy destroyed the rock and then fizzled out. Which means that the energy might be only be able to destroy one thing at a time, which would be really good for them, since he does take so long to charge up between blasts. They could just throw shrapnel into it each time he throws one out. Of course, he's going to realize this, and he might figure out a way to go around this, might do closer up blasts, or might just stop doing blasts altogether and pound on them. But once or twice, probably only once, it'll be effective in clearing a path for them to attack. The only problem is his shield. Now, Frieza, we all know, got his head squeezed and got his own quote thrown back at him. What was that you said about trash belonging in the trash? And then just completely disrespected by Toppo and tossed off the ring. And the way that 17 saved him, I think it was a callback to how Frieza saved Goku earlier by kicking him back in the ring. 17 was like, oops, that rock was meant for you, Toppo. Yeah, 17 did that on purpose. Well, obviously he did it on purpose, but I think he threw it just a little harder than he meant to, just to hit Frieza. But Frieza being where he is gives me the only hope I have for Universe 7 winning. I had already made a theory in my head how Universe 11 will win, and then wish all the universes back to life. And this is a theory I had made connecting Super to GT, because I remember they said Super was going to end where GT began. And this theory involved Jiren winning, wishing the other universes back to life and wishing godly powers away, which would have taken away the gods of destruction and Zeno and all of them, as well as the godly powers that anyone like Goku and Vegeta have, which would have led them to Super Saiyan 4, yada yada yada. That would have been a nice little transition into GT. I don't know if they're going to stop at GT, to be honest, and I don't really mind if they don't stop at GT. Some people are going to say GT won't be canon. I never really watched GT. I've actually never seen any of GT, so I don't have the hate for it everyone else does, and I'll probably like it when I watch it. But that was my theory. Like, I honestly thought Jiren was going to win, and that's what was going to happen, and that's how we would have ended the series and gone on to GT. But I really don't think that's going to happen now. It still could. It still could. Jiren and Toppo are still way more than enough, probably, to take out everyone on Universe 7's team. The only reason I have hope for Universe 7 winning is Frieza's crumpled up body. He's not dead. If he was dead, Toppo would have been knocked out of the match. I think if Vegeta and 17 manage to get Toppo out of the ring, but they get out of the ring in doing so, that's the only way I can see Universe 7 winning. Because they have, 5 minutes left before the tournament's over? If they manage to go out of the ring with Toppo, or even if one of them goes out of the ring with Toppo and one goes and helps Goku fight Jiren and they get knocked out of the ring, that still leaves Goku and Jiren in the ring. It's going to leave a little bit of confusion as to what's going to happen when the time runs out, but Goku and Jiren, if Goku can stall it out long enough and wait for the time limit to reach, them fighting, they're going to completely forget about Frieza. So they're probably going to think, okay, time's up. Are we going to go into a sudden death match? Are we both going to win? Do both of our universes have a prize? And while everybody's wondering that, the Grand Priest will stand up and make an announcement that Universe 7 wins due to having more members on the stage. And everyone's going to be like, wait, what? How do they have more members? Oh, yeah. Pan to Frieza's unconscious body on a rock on the stage. That is the only way I see Universe 7 winning this. I know it's kind of a cop-out way to win, but it is the only way I see. And I've watched Goku. I watched all of Dragon Ball. I watched like 90% of Dragon Ball Z. I haven't seen any of GT, but that doesn't really matter talking about this. And I've watched Goku surpass many, many, many enemies, but no one has been as big of an obstacle for him that I can remember as Jiren is. Like, he can barely land a hit on Jiren, and even if he does, it does no damage. So this is the only way I see of him managing to win the tournament, is if he manages to enthrall Jiren in a fight long enough and not get knocked out long enough for them to win by a technicality of having more people in the ring. It'll be kind of an unsatisfactory win, but we all know they're going to have another fight later. I mean, if Goku wins, he's probably going to wish all the universes back to life, as everyone thinks he will, and he probably will. Then probably some other big bad will come because he'll probably wish for all the universes to come back to life. And I know I've seen this theory online, but he'll probably wish for all the universes to come back, which the dragon will bring back even the universes that Zeno destroyed before. There'll probably be a big bad in one of those universes that threatens another universe, and then Goku and Jiren might end up having to team together to fight him. And you know what happens when Goku teams up with a former enemy. He's going to fight them to see how strong they are, and because they're really cool guys to fight. That's all Goku cares about is fighting, and that's actually why Jiren doesn't like him. It's not that he doesn't like him. He doesn't understand him. Jiren, I don't know his reason for fighting, but he doesn't like Goku's reason for fighting, which is just to fight and see how far I can put myself. And he really doesn't like Vegeta's reason for fighting, which is basically his own angsty Saiyan pride. Though he did call Vegeta a warrior, and I give props to Vegeta for that. And then, of course, Gohan got called Gohan by Beerus, and I give props to Gohan for that. And Beerus, he's learning that, hey, these are mortals, but they're not all that bad. Anyway, that's all I have to talk about on this episode. I'm hoping next, probably Monday or Tuesday, to have the next video out, or maybe Saturday. Probably most likely won't happen on Sunday unless I wake up super early and record before church. Um, but yeah, that's all I have for this episode. I will be posting more videos. I will definitely be posting every week now. And whenever Super ends, I'll probably start doing more gameplay videos. I might pick up another anime to start posting videos about. Or I might, I don't know, might go and watch all of Super in English that they have out at that point, and then do a big review of all the stuff I had reviewed up to Jiren's battle. Anyway, that's all I have for today, and until next time, see ya.